Starting from the top, we've got this spring retaining clip. This is used to hold the handle against the steel standard. The handle in its upright position against the standard with the reversing latch in the upright position is the only safe position that you can have the high lift in. Aside from keeping it at home in your garage, this is as safe as it gets. You've got an extra hand, somebody's sitting around with nothing to do, have them hold the high lift and the handle together as well, just so they can get a sense if it's starting to move or anything. Moving down, we've got the reversing latch. Currently it's in its up position. This will let you raise the load. Give it a whack. It's now in its down position and you can lower the load. You can see we have the two climbing pins right here. There are springs and some cross pins behind them, and these move in and out as you perform the jacking process, and they go in and out of these holes along the standard, and that is what actually gives you your support for your load. We have the tongue or the nose of the high lift and the base. On the standard red high lifts, you'll notice that on the handle and the base they come with just a little split cross pin. On the high lift extreme, they come with these looping lock wire pins. I like these much better. They're easier and faster to remove. The high lift is a versatile tool. Aside from lifting and spreading and clamping and winching, you can also use the handle as a makeshift breaker bar. This is the end that was down in the handle end. Do not insert this end onto your tool. There's a chance that you can deform the roundness of the tube and not get it back into the handle end. So always use your hand end of the handle to put that around your tool so it deforms and won't give you any problems with the high lift. Let's talk about a couple essential accessories that you should have with your high lift jack. The off-road base is made by High Lift Jack. You can see this is the original footprint of the high lift. The base offers a much wider footprint. This will prevent your jack from sinking into soft sand, mud, marshy bog, anything like that. I have an earlier version before they started to make the serrations on the base up here. You can use this to dig into the ground and try and get it a little bit flatter, so you've got a little bit better terrain to set the base on. Also comes with a hole so you can attach a loop. This is for when it sinks into the ground. You can just put the loop through there, yank it up with your hand, and you don't have to go searching for it. Or it's, if it's in the mud, you might get the vacuum effect and get kind of difficult to come out. So getting that little extra handle definitely helps. With the LiftMate, you're able to lift the vehicle without using steel bumpers or sliders. Essentially what this does is the high lift nose goes in here, and this part sits against the top part of the sidewall of your tire. These hooks on the bottom go into the openings of your wheel, and the vehicle lifts from that point. So you can put rocks, dirt, sticks and twigs underneath the wheel, whatever it is that you need to gain that traction to get off the obstacle. The last item you'll want to get is the isolator from High Lift. This prevents the handle from flailing about and rattling while it's in transit. I store my high lift on the front bumper, so to prevent the isolator from actually walking off of the handle and letting the handle come out, I place it in between the two mounting points. I've got a mounting point here and one here. So as long as the high lift isolator stays here, it can travel up and down. It doesn't usually travel very much, but if it does on corrugated road or washboard roads, putting it between your two mounting points prevents it from slipping all the way off. Let's talk a little bit about the load limits for your high lift. My high lift, I'm using the 48-inch body or running gear, but I'm using the 60-inch steel standard. Both the 60 and the 48-inch models have the same rating capacities. The difference is on the top 12 inches of the 60-inch model, the rating's actually reduced by almost 50%. Thanks for watching another 4x4 Adventures video. We'll see you out there on the trail. Stay safe.